Heyo friendos, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a speed review video on 30 popular products from Sephora. Now I'm going to try to get through this quickly. I am sick, I'm a little bit congested, so I apologize for my voice. I've really missed recording and chatting it up with you guys afterwards. So I was going to push myself today to get this video done, so we can get some new content uploaded on my channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. Just stay tuned, friendos. So, product number 1, we have the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Universal Volumizing Mascara. This product is a measly 20 bucks. I encourage you all to go pick this up if you are looking for a new mascara. I feel like this one checks most of the bases. It's curling, it's dark, it is volumizing, it's separating. It's very pretty. The packaging could be a little bit more luxe, but then I think the price would probably go up on it. But basic Becky packaging aside, fabulous product. Our second product also fell a little bit short on the packaging. This is the Makeup Forever Rouge Artist Lipstick. It's a satin finish. It is opaque and you can get it on very quickly. It's what I have on today. Again, the packaging, for the price, I feel like they need to step it up just a tad. Other than that, this product feels really good on the lips. It's not really transfer proof or transfer resistant. It's just a fairly nicely formulated lipstick. If you are into the Makeup Forever brand, you might want to pick this up. Next up, we have another product from Makeup Forever. We have the Redness Corrector Step 1 Primer. Now, you guys know that I love their pore filling primer. I think it does a wonderful job at filling in the pores. This is for another reason. I'm not really into this as a primer. I don't have a lot of redness in my face. But what I like to use this for is mixing this into a foundation that is a little bit too pink for me, or a foundation that oxidizes easily. Now, I don't know what it is about skin chemistry, but for my sister, a lot of her foundations will turn orange on her. So I did purchase this specifically for her. She's been wearing it. I've tried it out. We both have been very impressed with the results. This will provide balance to a foundation that is pinky or orangey and you want it to be more neutral. So one thing I purchased over Christmas that I forgot to update you guys on was the Sol de Janeiro Venus Rising set. So two of the things that were included were a shampoo and conditioner. I went all the way through the conditioner. I threw it away. All I have left is the shampoo. The Venus Rising set, I want to say was like $35. So my thoughts on this. It was okay. It was just okay. So I definitely bought it for the fragrance because I love the Sol de Janeiro classic fragrance. And it does hold that fragrance in your hair if you shampoo and condition with those products. But as far as conditioners are concerned, I didn't feel like I got intense, like healing hydration out of that conditioner. And I have bleached my hair, so I needed something a little bit more intense. And I felt like the conditioner was just a little bit on the weak sauce side. Also, the shampoo, it's okay. It's not that clarifying either. I think that's to amplify the fragrance retention in your hair so it can't just wash all out. But if you're just a normal gal who isn't like bleaching their hair and your hair is not super oily and it's not breaking, then you would probably enjoy this if you like the Sol de Janeiro line. But if your hair has needs, like mine has needs, it doesn't cut it. Next up, I could not be more happy with this product. It is the Soft Radiance Setting Powder from Rare Beauty. I can't imagine anyone not liking this powder. Again, the packaging is basic, but the finish is amazing. It's so skin-like and beautiful. It's not overly radiant. It's a little bit more dialed back than Laura Mercier, but it's very blurring and just gorgeous all around. I'm not going to prattle on too much about this because I have talked about it quite a bit on my channel, but for me, I would not want to go a day without this powder. Then at number 6, we have the Huda Beauty Buildable Coverage Foundation Stick. Thank you so much to the subscriber that recommended that I get this. I've never been one to like stick foundations, but this is the stick foundation to end all stick foundations. I've been using it a lot in real life and on my channel. It's so beautiful. When you first put it down, you think it's going to be cakey, you think it's going to be heavy. It doesn't look like it's going to fill in your pores, but it does. And you're able to get a full coverage look without it looking heavy. It's also not a bad price at $39. You guys should go check it out. Next up is the Huda Beauty New Year Obsessions eyeshadow palette. This is the palette that I used to get into my crease today. It's got a lot of wonderful yellows in it. It blends like a dream, feels very high quality. It's only $29, is made in China. I wish they would have been more upfront with that information. Now this is a replica with different packaging of a palette that they came out with 4 months ago. I didn't realize that when I purchased it, but still glad to have this in my collection because I've enjoyed it quite a bit. Never in a million years did I think I would be this into Rare Beauty, but alas, we're here. The Rare Beauty Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick. Never in the history of ever has there been a more beautiful bronzer formula. This blends out seamlessly. It's opaque. The color is very natural looking. It holds onto the skin all day. It does not accentuate pores. It's just gorgeous. It's absolutely my favorite bronzer in my collection. Next up, we have the Valentino Rosso Lipstick Mini. Now mine is in the shade 100R. Never in the history of ever have I tried a more beautiful satin finish lipstick. Also, never in the history of ever have I seen such hideous packaging. Ugh, from a luxury brand. What? I still hate the packaging. If I had $1 million, I would go out and buy this lipstick. It's outrageous for the price. Just saying. Like, it's so beautiful. It really is the best formulation of a satin lipstick that I've ever tried. But man, I would have to like cover up this. I can't stand to look at it. I just can't. Y'all know I don't like those cool tone pinks, and that is like red, pink, cool tone. No. The plastic also feels super cheap and flimsy, like a child's toy. Again, if I was filthy rich, I would go out and I would buy me one of those, and then I would like paint over it maybe with, or make someone else paint over it with like a nail polish to disguise that horrible pink shade from my view. Yeah, enough about it. If you don't mind the coloration, if you don't have a problem with the packaging and you want the absolute best satin lipstick of your life, run out and buy that. Next up, we have the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water Mascara. No, I do think that the packaging on this is super cute. I love the ombre effect. I love the lavender into the blue. It's really cute. As far as the formulation goes, it's on the better end of tubing mascaras, but just to be real with you guys, I don't really feel like tubing mascaras do a whole lot for me and my lashes. Did it coat them? Yes. I felt like it gave them a bit of a lift, a little bit of a curl, but it didn't make them look very volumized or full. It really didn't do anything to volumize my lashes, and it was harder to get the smaller lashes that are like towards the inner corner of my eye. Overall, if you like a tubing mascara that you wet and it just like comes right off and there's no smudging or residue left under your eyes, you might really enjoy this mascara. At number 11, I have the Natasha Denona Mini Crush palette. I do think that this was a really cute Valentine's Day palette. It certainly is on the better end of what Natasha has put out for us recently. I think the quality is nice, and if you like pinks, reds, and the whole like Valentine's Day vibe, I think you'd really enjoy this palette. It is $25, and I would probably look for it to go on sale. Usually the mini palettes end up on sale half price, either on Natasha's site or on Sephora, so I'd be on the lookout. Next up, we have the Milk Makeup Bionic Liquid Bronzer. I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I like this. It's one of those bronzers that doesn't really dry down on me, so I've had to learn to go in lightly and to set it pretty quickly so that it doesn't hair rub against it and it move on my face. I will say that the finish is very skin-like and pretty. Especially if you are on the dry side, I would recommend that you pick this up if you are looking for a moisturizing bronzer. Also, if you're someone like me that uses like bronzer for contour, would advise you to consider going a shade darker than what you think you need. I kind of wish that I would have done that when I purchased this, but I didn't. But still, it's pretty good. I am enjoying it. Okay, this next product I couldn't find, so y'all forgive me. I don't want to look for it for too long and then end up losing my momentum and not finishing the video. So the KVD Good Apple Lightweight Full Coverage Concealer. I think there was a lot of hype around that product when it first came out. I've arrived at the conclusion that it's just not for me. On me, it did look very cakey. If I tried to thin it down and only use a little bit, then it didn't give me enough coverage and it still kind of looked waxy. It made my makeup look very obvious that it was makeup. It didn't look real or skin-like. So I would advise you guys to pass on that one if you are looking for a new concealer. We're still going to stay on the hunt, friendos. I am really hoping to find a treasure of a concealer this year. We've seen a lot of really cool foundation launches, so I feel like there's a good 2022 concealer out there. I just haven't found it yet. Now at number 14, we have the Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation. Now I just had a deluxe sample size in the shade 2N. But let me tell you guys, I've really enjoyed that. I think you girls with pores, that might be a medium coverage foundation favorite for you guys. It really does make your skin look very youthful. And I know it's called Skin Glow. It's really not that radiant. It really does. It truly looks like your skin. It mimics like a second layer of skin, and it doesn't hide every single flaw on your face. Again, this is medium coverage, but I do plan on purchasing a full size once I'm out of the small. Now, friendos, we're at the halfway point. Our 15th product is the LIS Beauty Triple Fix Brightening Concealer. This was one that I thought I liked, and then I thought, no, I don't. Tried it out around 8 times trying to make up my mind about this. And I would just say this concealer is just okay. I do feel like over the course of like 3 to 6 hours, this definitely made my wrinkles under my eyes look worse no matter what I did. No matter what foundation, no matter if I set it, if I didn't. It just made the tiny little creases under my eyes look very prominent. I will say, if you are planning to purchase this concealer because of the price, because the price is only $18. It's hard to find a concealer at Sephora for $18. But I would say if price is your motivation, it's definitely not a bad concealer for $18. My advice would be go in light-handed and do not set this. It did look the best unset. At number 16, we have the Youth to the People SUPERBERRY Dream Cleansing Balm. I ran out of my normal cleansing balm and decided to try this one out because I've been using the same one forever. This one was a little bit more pricey, but there are some things that I do like about this. The balm itself is kind of hard. I wish I didn't have to kind of like dig in there to get it out with my fingernail. That's kind of gross. And I know I could probably use a tool and not be a gross person, but this is just who I am. But with the cleansing balm that I typically use from Banil & Co., it's very soft. It's easy to get out of the jar and just apply it directly to my face and it immediately goes to work. This one starts out hard and then it softens as you use it. I do wish it was a tad bit softer upon initial application. This does have light little exfoliating beads in there, so it does help lift up any makeup residue or dead skin. And my skin typically feels really nice once I've used this balm. I don't necessarily feel like I need to go in and do a double cleanse, although I always do because I'm that girl. But I would say if you are wanting to try a cleansing balm that does have exfoliating beads in it, then you might want to try this one out. Worth noting, this was just interesting to me. Most cleansing balms on Sephora have a $34 price point. I wasn't expecting them to all be like almost identically priced, so I don't know, that just stood out to me. Now we have the Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Cream. I got the shade Pinky Brown. I'm obsessed. This is my favorite lip product that I've tried out in the last 6 months. at least in the last 4 months for sure. This really does feel cozy on the lips. It's so comfortable. It's so pretty. It reminds me a lot of the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lipstick formula, but they actually have lighter shades, which they don't have in the MAC. Also, I will say that the MAC is a little bit more transfer proof. This one transfers very easily, but you don't see it. Like, you could be eating something and the way that it wears off, it just wears off very nice and soft, and it doesn't leave patchiness or streaks. One thing to be aware of though, I have seen some reviews where people are saying that the lightest shade of this is streaky and kind of orangey, unlike how it looked in the photos. I can't testify to that. I only got this shade, the pinky brown shade, but I think if you watched my video and you liked the way it looked, my view has not changed. This is wonderful. Go pick it up. I really feel like you will love it. Next up, from Sephora, I have this Makeup Match crease brush. And again, this is Sephora's own brand. This is a workhorse of a crease brush. It will remind you a lot of the Natasha Denona brushes that come with every single palette. This one is a little bit thicker and it's a little bit softer. I was well pleased with the price. This was just something that I picked up because I wanted to hit a certain price point to get some little freebie, and I have not regretted my purchase. Next up from Miss Natasha Denona, we have the Mini Biba eyeshadow palette. I'm still loving this palette, you guys. I think that it is top quality. It's what you should expect from Natasha. When you're paying luxury prices, I feel like this is what they need to be putting down. This is what they need to be handing their customers. Is it basic? Yes. Is it beautiful? Of course. So if you can still get your hands on this $25 palette and it is calling to you guys, you have my recommendation. With that came the Natasha Denona Rose Cheek Duo. In this, you get a cream blush and a highlighter. Now, the highlighter is not cream formula. It's powder formula. Only the blush is the cream. So a lot of people didn't know that and were disappointed that the highlight wasn't a cream as well, because they didn't make that explicitly clear in the advertising, I don't feel like. But I still think that the cream blush is a wonderful formulation, and I think the highlight is very blingy and pretty. This duo absolutely gets my recommendation as well. I'm not going to prate on this one. The Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil. This definitely makes the top 3 of my favorite lip pencil formulas. So smooth, so creamy, long lasting, and I love the choice of colors on all of these. I've talked about this a lot on my channel, so again, I'll just leave it at no, this is a favorite of mine. Moving on, we have the Hourglass Velvet Story Lip Cream. This is one that also is very comparable to the Makeup by Mario Cozy Lip Cream, but this is more expensive and I think you get about the same amount of product. You don't get a lot, so this is $36. That's what you get. I will say that this is very comfy on the lips. Again, between the two, I do prefer the Makeup by Mario formula a little bit more than this one. I ended up wearing this out to dinner the other night for my birthday, and the wear on it wasn't bad, but it wasn't as pretty as the Makeup by Mario one. I just saw a little bit more of the opacity wearing off in certain spots, whereas the Makeup by Mario wears off more inconspicuously. Regardless, if you love Hourglass, if you love this beautiful luxe packaging, this is still a good product to have in your collection. And I am pleased that I purchased this. Next up, from one of my absolute favorite skincare lines, we have the Amore Pacific Treatment Enzyme Peel Cleansing Powder. So this actually starts out as a powder. It's yellow and you put some in your hand and then you add water to it. You'll see it starting to activate in your hand once the water hits it, and then you just use it to do like light circles on your face, and it does a really good job of getting dead skin off your face, making you look more poreless, and also it really does help with the wrinkles if you use it consistently. With that said, it's a very expensive product, and this one and the next recommendation I want to advise you to wait till these go on sale. These rarely go on sale, but they do usually once a year. So either do that, or I would suggest you buy them in a set if you were looking to invest in such luxury skincare products. So that brings me to the Amore Pacific, the Essential Cream Fluid. This is the nicest lightweight moisturizer that I own. All of the Amore Pacific line is made in Korea, and you know Korea does really good skincare products. This really does do a good job of sinking into your skin, not staying heavy on your face, and it's my favorite for doing before I put down makeup, because again, it dries down. It's not going to affect the products that you put on top of it, but your skin still feels very hydrated all day long without ever feeling sticky, tacky, or gooey. I think I got really redundant with my adjectives there. Sorry about that, guys. Moving on. Okay, I don't know what I did with the next product, but it's the Alpha H Liquid Gold Exfoliating Treatment. So that's another exfoliating treatment that I really like. I like it more though for my neck. I have a lot of wrinkles on my neck. Since getting into a car accident where someone slammed into the back of my car and totaled it, I have had neck problems ever since, and I noticed that a lot of times I do this. That just exacerbates my own neck issues. I really need to go and try to get a chiropractor to fix this. But yeah, I definitely have very noticeable wrinkles in my neck from constantly doing this. Point being, the Alpha H is actually what I like to use on my neck and décolletage when it comes to exfoliation and getting out wrinkles. I have noticed a significant difference in how visible the wrinkles on my neck are if I use that consistently. I was lucky enough to get that in an Allure box a few months back, so I got it before it ever came to Sephora, but now it's there. I definitely think you guys should give it a try if that's something that interests you and you don't mind spending the money. Next up, I finally got around to trying out the Kush mascara from Milk Makeup. I'm just going to be brutally honest with you guys. I don't think that a more overhyped product exists. It's okay. Like, it's a decent mascara. It coats your lashes. It doesn't really lengthen them. It doesn't really volumize. It's just another mascara in the sea of mascaras. This is supposed to put a lot of volume in your lashes. It did not do that for me. I just feel like I have so many more mascaras in my collection that do so much more. So I would recommend that you pass on this one if you don't already own it. You'll find better love. Deep as it ever was. Okay, enough of that. Next up, we have the Gucci L'Obscur mascara. I didn't think I liked this one that much when I first tried it. It does dish out a lot of product. Like, the formula is very thin and liquidy, but now that I've gotten used to it and I'm kind of prepared for that when it comes out, I kind of do this number right here where I kind of drag it so that I leave more product in the tube and have less on the brush when I go to apply it. I've actually really grown to like this mascara. I think the packaging on it is pretty cute too. That's something else that grew on me. But yeah, if you like the Gucci brand and you think that this is for you, it might be worth your time to try this out. It definitely made my lashes look very black, and they certainly looked lengthened. And moving on to my favorite mascaras out of all the mascaras that we'll talk about today, at number 28, the Lancome Lash Idole Mascara. This is a lash lifting and volumizing formula. It's very pretty. It's very similar to what you'll get with the Merit Mascara, where it coats every single lash. Your lashes will look lengthened. I think this one even does a little bit better job of curling than the Merit Mascara, but between the two, I kind of like the Merit Mascara more because it's more of a matte black. This is more of a shiny black formula. But if you don't mind the fact that it's shiny and you are looking for a new mascara, this would definitely be a contender for my own heart, because it's definitely one of the best mascaras I have tried in a long time. All right. We're going to end this off with a favorite and then a fail. So for the favorite, right now I only have a sample size. I haven't bought the full size yet. But guys, this is a delightful perfume. This is the new Burberry Her perfume. This is made in Germany. It is delightful. It smells so unique. It's different from everything that I feel like has been a new perfume release on the market recently. I haven't looked this up, but I kind of have a nose for this. I definitely smell black currant in there. I think amber as well. Regardless, I feel like a lot of perfumists have been missing the mark on fruity fragrances lately. Like, a lot of times they've been super artificial unless they are just outrageously expensive. This is fruity done right. It's definitely one to check out, something that I would advise you to sample. The thing is, perfumes smell differently on every single person, so I would highly recommend that you go into Sephora and try it out on your skin, see how long it lasts, see how it smells. For me, this is a sincere favorite. All right, and now for the last, the fail. So this isn't necessarily a crash and burn type situation, it just could have been better. So we have the Melt Cosmetics Ultra Matte Lipstick. So why this ranks so low for me? It's not really a matte. It's more of a satin, I would say. And then on top of that, it's streaky. It's kind of streaky. It can be built up with like a few swipes, but I feel like at that point, shouldn't I just go to the drugstore and get a drugstore lipstick? But I'll show you guys. Sorry, I swatched something else over here earlier, just so you guys can see. So I'm hoping it shows up on camera. You can kind of see it's kind of patchy in here. It's not terrible, but it didn't wear very long on my lips. And again, it's not a matte, definitely a satin. I just feel like it's not worth the hype. And friendos, I shall call it there. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys today and making this video for you, but I am sick and I'm getting tired, so I think I'm gonna go lay down now. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you have tried any of these products. Let me know your thoughts, or if you plan to purchase any of the products that I called out today. I should have another speed reviews coming out within the next 2 weeks or so for things that were not from Sephora. I just like to do Sephora first and then everything not from Sephora in its own little video. So that's coming. I know a lot of you want to hear more about Jeffree Star Cosmetics and some of their new launches, so that's coming. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And friendos, I invite you to subscribe if you have not done so already, because if not, we'll both have to live in the shadow of never knowing what could have been. All right, guys, bye.